Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Welcome to a best of three traditional draft on MTG Arena with your host, Travis Semulin Sowers. It is not Thor's Day. It is, in fact, Tyr's Day. But I don't see why we wouldn't be taking Thor here. Maybe I'll read the review in Dragon Magazine first. I remember Dragon Magazine. Yeah, I think Torolf is pretty easily the best card here. Worst case scenario, it's a turbo upgraded Borderland Minotaur. Best case scenario, we have built our own Hammer of Bogarden. You have to be legendary to equip the hammer, but, well, to get a benefit out of it, but it's okay. Still no guarantee that we'll be playing it, but I'd say I'd like to. This pack sucks. A lot. Not just for some, but for everyone. We could take Faceless Haven, Bind the Monster, Horizon Seeker, or Inga. I think are the cards I would be considering here. Maybe the Volatile Fjord's probably in there too. The thing is, you can't really splash Torolf, right? I think for me it comes down to Inga versus the land, as these are the two things I'm least likely to see more of. Like, Inga at least has some scry value, but it is mostly a hill giant. But we'll take an Inga. I don't think I'm looking to do snow things. Although if I did end up doing snow things, I'd be pretty dang happy to have a Faceless Haven. Nah, what the heck. I've played decks where I had one of those and it was good. It doesn't really go with the Torolf, but I'm not thinking we're going to force Torolf. Is the best card here the Lindworm? Because I think it might be. This is a pretty rough pack, but we could consider going into red-white. I just don't think I'd do it for a Beskar Shield Mate. All right, let's talk, Linda. I can't get a read on what's open yet. We should be able to tell soon. Well, it looks like white is what's open. But even these cards aren't ones I'm particularly interested in. Like in the green-red decks I've built that were good, Sculptor of Winter was good in those decks. This could also be a spot to default to blue-black, but I don't feel like I particularly need to yet. Let's take this Sculptor and see if that comes together. I've not been super impressed with Rally the Ranks. We did just have a great... okay, change of plans. Change of plans. Pick 5, now we know what we're doing. It's blue snow something. Probably blue-green snow. Which is going to have me pretty interested in this Glittering Frost now. It's unlikely that we splash Torolf in this build. But that's a-okay. I think we've determined some things. And with this, even if I did end up in a... So, like, the Glittering Frost is already good with the Sculptor of Winter. And it would allow me to technically splash the Avalanche Caller if I wanted to. There's another Linda or a Glade Warden. While I think I might play 2 Lindas, I think I'm interested in the first Glade Warden, and I think poor Torolf is probably going to sit in the corner, because it looks like I just want to jam Snowlands from here, and that... It's not just taking it here, it's what would it be for us long term if we did. Because we could be green-black and splash the Avalanche Caller if it turns out to be good. I think that's the direction I'm willing to go if the whole table is just over it. Yeah, we can be green-black snow. I need to really prioritize snow lands. Because, like, ironically, that's the one thing that isn't coming by. But we can do that. This is another big thing to ramp into if we whiff. And I like Recruiter just fine. Alright, so I think we probably need at least 4 snow lands. The black one should be less contested. Frost counts, but I'd like additional ones. We need a way to kind of maintain some card advantage, and things like the Recruiter can help us do that. I would really like to see... I doubt we play an off-color one, but we might. I'd really like to see a Rootless U for this deck when we've got 2 things that we could fetch with it. This is a tough spot for me because there's kind of 3 cards here that I want. Actually 4. I'm interested in the Serpent, the Elder Hall, the Helm, and the Pathway. I kind of dig the Helm because I'm going to have a few useless creatures laying around afterwards, and it gives me something to do with extra mana, which I'm kind of likely to have if I'm playing 17 lands in a Frost. And as late as I got that other Feed the Serpent, I don't feel like I need to grab it here, so I'm going to go with this. Any black, green, or blue snow lands that we see, I think we just have to take. Even over potentially good cards. Yeah, so like this Moriite I would be interested in. I think we'd probably play another Feed the Serpent. I think we'd probably play a Mistwalker. I'd even play this Dream Devourer. Like, if you don't think Dream Devourer is pretty neat with Linda and Dreadrider, I don't know what to tell you, because it's good. But I have to get these snow lands going. This can let you conceivably turn 4 a Linda. It's nice. And this deck wants it, but if I don't have 4 snow lands, I'm not doing anything. And one of these 3 players was going nuts over snow lands. I don't think we're looking to unite any elves. But if I got to play off-color snow lands, I got to play off-color snow lands. And who's to say we can't splash a red card later, too? I do have 4 elves already. That is not enough. We've got these, and that's it. And I'm not really looking to jam a bunch more elves. But I already know that this Sculptor and this Avalanche Caller and all of my 2-drops require snow mana to do literally anything. I have to have snow mana. This is another pack where, like, I'm interested, but not this interested. We can get the good stuff from the next pack. And our color combo is incredibly open. Okay, now I can finally take something else. I think it's fairly reasonable to assume that I can at least get decent fight targets with the 4/4s and 6/6s. I do need 3 snow permanents, right? All of my 2-drops are snow permanents, although this isn't really a 2-drop. But I think we could make this work. Yoinks, that's a gift. Now I have the snow mana, we can relax a little bit. It's difficult to tell if black and green were actually open, though. Because you expect to see better cards on pick 7 than Sarulf's Packmate. You know? I wanted both of these cards, and we wheeled both of these cards. So if we're going to play the Avalanche Caller, I've got 1, 2 blue sources. I think this is what I want because that gives me the 3. Do I need a random 5-mana 5/5? Well, I don't need a 2-mana 1/1. So maybe. You might make it in. Well, the best time to Glittering Frost is when you can do it and cast a 2-drop in the same turn. But the second best time is to untap and jam a 5/5, so that's fine. We might could play Erase the Dongers. It gives us access to some card advantage. I like having a Village Rites in this size board. I don't think I want 2 Recruiters, but we'll see. This deck has a lot of pressure on its own graveyard, which is weird. But we could probably get some value out of this. And because I was a good boy and took all of the Snowlands before, I can pass the Shimmerdrift Veil and hope that maybe the Icy Tunnel wheels. But I'm not going to not play Crippling Fear. It seems way too good. I also kind of dig the Raise the Dongers with the Comus Faithful and such, so that's fine. I could use, I don't know, a couple more 3s and we're good. I'm not super in love with the Glittering Frost, but I do feel like we're getting enough card advantage off of Crippling Fear, Raise the Draugr, that we can do something with this. This is 1 blue, right? So if I play this as a blue source, there's some hope that we could activate it. There's also some argument to take Replicating Ring, but it's going to leave me with 19 mana sources in the deck and not a lot of ways to get card advantage. Which leaves me a bit concerned. We could make that up with the spell lands. We could. I don't think I would splash red for this saga. It's not bad, but like, I think I actually want the Mirror Lake. Just oh, come on. Now I'm starting to wonder if I want to splash the Moriite. But that might be a bit much. This is the 3rd one that we've seen, and it makes me sad. I need a few more playables, and we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Snowlands so far. I kind of want this Swamp, and I kind of want this Priest, and I'm not sure where to take which one. Because I do believe we can... I think I take the Priest here, and then maybe look for another Snowland if we can get it. Like, this seems like a great spot to pick one up. Especially since it's our 2 main colors. Because with 2 of these, I've got another sort of card advantage machine going with recurring them or recurring them. I don't think we need the Glade Warden. The second Glade Warden. I don't think I need the second Recruiter. I can probably play another... I can probably afford another tap land. So how many snow permanents do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I might could play that 3 seasons. But I'm already incredibly interested in this. I think that's the call. If I see another one, I'll grab it, but I probably won't. Hey, we wanted a 3. Neat. You want to feed the serpents? I want to feed the serpents. I've sided in Dogged Pursuit a significant amount of times, and we've got enough creatures. I think I should probably just grab it here. This deck really wanted an Eyeside Troll. Think about how good that would be here. Because it'd be real good. It'd be ver good. Nope, didn't even see one. And yet got a 7th pick pack mate. I don't really understand that. This deck is also going to have a little bit of trouble breaking a board stall. But not a ton. We do need a few more playables, so the Recluse seems fine. Got another Mirror Lake if I want it. I'm going to see if I can fit this in the mana. I'm not entirely sure that I can. Way Down is acceptable, although I don't know that I need it. We're going to have to think through that one. Still sad we couldn't play the Tor off, but it's okay. So first, let's see if we have room for the Way Down. Because I'm not entirely convinced that I do. Yeah, I like all of our other removal spells better. And I do think I won't raise the Dongers. Because I need to make up for the card advantage of playing 19 lands functionally. I don't super need the Glittering Frost at this point. Which is funny, but... Alright, so can I actually fit 2 Mirror Lakes in here? Stop cutting things, please. I don't want you to cut things. I just want to move my lands where I can see them. Because this is... Oh, God. Why is it... I don't understand what's happening. I have no idea what's happening here. Let's try it this way. We'll take out all the basics, and I'm going to try again to move these. I don't know for sure that it's Arena, but we're just going to count how many sources we have and not touch these cards, because that would be bad. I've got plenty of blue. That's not a concern. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 green. That is not enough. And 2, 3, 4. I don't think I can play the 2 Mirror Lakes. Let's see what the mana base looks like if I don't play the 2. I really need these to be in piles. We maybe get them into piles? It's just cutting cards. I don't understand why it's cutting cards. It did it again. No, it didn't. I don't understand. I can't touch these. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, yeah, and technically 9 with the veil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you consider that we've sort of got the Seeker and we've sort of got the Spirit to fix for the other colors too. So how do I feel about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As long as I'm comfortable playing this on blue, black or green, I think I can fit at least 1 Mirror Lake in here. I mean, we found a workaround, which is just not to touch the darn things. Which I think works. I think this looks okay to me. The mana base looks a little weird, but it should be functional. I like functional. Alright, let's do our Stream Raiders battle and then see what we can do here. Pew! We seem to be wrecking face. I like it. Tanks kind of melted on this side, but that's alright. Who needs tanks? If the tanks die and the DPS kills everything, the tanks did their job. Simwife with the kills, my favorite person. Mike with the assists and rewards for Simwife, Mosif, Druid, and Yak. Alright. I'll be a paladin, bro. Simwife kill. Alright, let's see if we got something here, because I think we might. I thought I turned the music on for this, but I don't hear it. I did. We need some ambience too. Yeah, this is ugly, but keepable. I probably should have named green for that, but I think I can be okay here. Because I do want to get the extra land. And I do need another green. I mean, that's already dead. They're not gonna like this. You don't need the extra mana for anything. Yeah. Gotta raise them dongers. Have to do this first, otherwise they'd have to attack. That is not the right call. They were live if they'd hit the recluse, but I don't know what they're going to draw to get out of it. The red-white stuff and things that I mostly don't care about. And a hammer. I kind of care about a hammer. This looks like red-white splashing for the two Curders. It's like they're heavy white if they're playing Code Spell Clerics and Oracles and Valkyries and such. I don't really have a great way to interact with artifacts. I'm used to having something that can do that. I mean, I can kill a lot of their creatures, but like the hammer could actually be a problem. I'm somewhat concerned about it. Not very concerned about it, but somewhat concerned about it. I don't really have anything I can do about it though, so we kind of just have to send it back. I don't think this deck can run way down. I'm already very parasitic with my own graveyard. It's probably at least worth a consideration though. Mid-range is the best. I wonder why these couldn't have been zombie elf clerics. Might have been too good. No, I don't think the green-black deck is elves either, Marty. That's why I passed the elf card earlier. It is a green-black deck you can draft. If it doesn't get literally all of the synergy pieces, it's not very good. Alright, I think this leaves us wanting to Recluse, and then seeing what happens next turn. Fair enough then, Garth. Is there anything else that has 3 types? I suspect there is. I don't know what we're doing with this if we're not trading it off for something. Like, it's literally what it's for. I could use it as a platform to struggle, but we can do that anyway. I just need a few blockers. As I suspect we're struggling this next turn. I do have enough snow permanents now to get the value off of the Blizzard Brawl. Start to fund next turn, they're mana screwed. I'd like to keep it that way. I'm sure somebody in chat can think of a card that has 3 types. There has to be one. Yeah, Dinosaur Cat Nightmare. Snake Elf Druid. I was just thinking of something. I don't know that there is in this set. I find that acceptable. Yeah, that makes sense, Otto. My chat just died. We will fix this. If I don't respond to something that you said in the last little bit, it's because I can't see it. Well, I suppose you didn't actually die, but you know what I mean. Which had a bit of a hiccup. Aw, I was gonna activate my dude and get you. I just hadn't yet. I But we did have it on board. So the writing was on the wall, I suppose. Are they 2 or fewer or 2 or less? This is an important question for some people. Foretell deck could lead to some issues for us. They're going to have a lot of value. I wonder if I'm just supposed to Crippling Fear here. I suppose I can decide next turn. Wish this was an instant. But I don't think I can not make a play here. I guess I'll wait till end of turn and see what they play. If they don't play anything, I'll just feed the Serpent the 3/2. This seems fine. Need to choose Badger. I feel like Badger's pretty good. But Coward is probably technically the best. I feel like with 2 of these, it's okay to spew the first one off. I'll need to be a lot more careful about what I do with the next one. Well, you can only choose one destiny. Otherwise, we would obviously choose Mutant Ninja Turtle. This reminds me a lot of the deck we played earlier today. The one that they have. It's all good, Destiny. You can say Brushwag as many times as you like. Works for me. This is a scenario where I do start to think about way down, which is awkward because like it's going to be difficult to make our creatures trade with theirs, right? I am definitely having some clicking issues with my mouse. I don't think it's just Arena. It might be time to make sure the mouse is plugged in properly for starters. And perhaps reevaluate. So they're mostly flyers and drawing cards. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to trade off stuff on the ground effectively, which is going to make something like Way Down not very good. Although to be fair, I do think the Glade Warden is going to be kind of actively bad here. So like I could take out the Glade Warden. If this works, it will be good. Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like, AF. What's causing that? This is almost a spot where you could use Herald's Revenge. I might actually do that when we go back on the play. I've never hovered a card, so I'm not sure what that is, but it feels like when I click on something, it's doing it faster than when I let go. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like when I just press down, it's double clicking, which is weird. I don't think we have any changes here other than that. I think this has potential. Yeah, I played a little bit of World of Warcraft and Rust last night, and I didn't have it there. Like that, I just clicked. I just pressed down, and I didn't unclick. It probably didn't look weird, but it felt really weird. And like there, I'm still holding the mouse button down. Potential to win. Like one Snowland makes this hand pretty good. Any land makes this hand somewhat reasonable. Well, you might still be crazy. You're just not crazy because of this. Okay, it's letting me do that. And it's letting me do that. Seems like something that could get broken adding Android support. Fair. You may have figured it out there, Otto. The full art versions of these make it kind of hard to tell that it's a snow creature because it's the border that sort of triggers you to notice that there's snow. I think there's a pretty strong possibility we're going to need to punch something next turn. But I can't make myself play off curve for it. Because the Snowland is still an absurd draw. I could Sculptor, play the Snowland, and brawl something. The mouse is trying to communicate with you. That's a bit of a bummer. Not to my knowledge. I didn't release that. It did it again. It acted like I released, but I didn't. The next turn is almost assuredly Recluse. Can it be Recluse and fight? It can be. Holy carp, we're dead. That was fun. Game over, man. Game over. If I can hit another black, maybe we can exile it and start recovering, sort of. Like, that sword just isn't beatable. We are pretty close to black mana or bust. Because struggling it just doesn't do anything. And I'm one snow permanent away from being able to Blizzard Brawl it for value. So I get neat. I guess we'll just sit here and die to it. This is not the droid we're looking for, but it does let me do this. I probably have to start trying to slow this down, eh? Yeah, I'm not in a position to do anything else, sadly. Like, I might be able to tempo them out from here if I can draw a thing. Swamp. It's unlikely, but it's the line we have. So my line here is hopefully they play a creature, we feed the serpent, and we can out-tempo them. I'm going to make sure that one was sorcery. It is. I'm dead to that, right? I'm not quite dead to it, but I certainly can't let them block it. I can't do anything with the leftover mana, but it's got to go. I guess they don't have any more creatures as my out. Or I just keep top decking removal spells. We don't have enough. I also don't think I have a way to interact with this in the sideboard, so them not drawing it may be my only out. They gonna put themselves dead to one? I hope so. I like this a lot. So what do I have to draw to get a win here? And does having a 1/1 in play change it? Because one removal spell actually one removal spell does do it here. No. Not with this attack. Oh, I don't think blocking that matters a lot. That is probably spelling disaster for us at sacrifice. Because at this point they just activate the lands and kill us. All right, I'm going to take a potty break and let the fuse burn for a second, and then we'll scoop. Be right back. That was not salt. It was just an excellent opportunity to take a potty break, and I kind of had to pee pee. All right, do I have anything that's going to actually interact with that? Because I don't. There's nothing I can do about it. They hit that, we're just done. I have no way to interact with artifacts or enchantments in the sideboard at all. So I need to be the aggressor here. We'll get to that, Adam. I'm not concerned about it here because I'd very much like to win this game. This may be our last ever draft. So ideally, we get a win here so that it's not. I don't think I have a lot I can change. So I'm thinking Herald's Revenge might potentially be an option. But I'm not going wide enough to get value off of the trample. And the trample's fine. The +1/+1 isn't. Do we get to play KDM? What is KDM? It says probably our best card in the matchup, but not the mana to cast it. It is unlikely you will see me play a board game. I don't like board games. I think I'm going to try this with the idea that the Recluse should be pretty good in the early game, but it's scary. They're missing white. It's pretty good for us. So Sculptor doesn't do much yet, but the Recluse does. Now I think I like, well, I still need to be the aggressor. So this would be good if I hit specifically a land. This would be good if I don't. Yeah, 7's a pretty large number too. I'm going to gamble on not drawing a land. Because like if it's a swamp, I can still get value out of it. I think right now I'm the beatdown. And we had a few turns of them not having white mana and need to try to take advantage of that. I suppose this is better if I draw another 2-drop as well. Naturally, we hit the land. I'm somewhat disappointed. But it does mean I get to play 2 things next turn. There's a lion god in this game? I mean, you've got me interested. Two bottom's a good sign. Yeah, did it again with the click through. So I get to punch a lion god in the ding dong? I mean, you're selling me on it. You have to be joking. I mean, we have to send both here and let them trade with the elf if they wanna. It's not what I want to do. Black Source would be pretty strong here. This is none of those things, sadly. But very clearly we need to attack with the Lindworm. Do we need to attack with this too? I think so. I don't think it's doing much else. It could lead towards... No, I would need 2 Snowlands for this to do anything. So this is just swing tame. They can't kill Linda, so they're chomping it. Then presumably making a bunch of 4/4s and wrecking my world. I cannot mirror the worm. That would require blue mana. That is essentially game over, man. So we may have drafted our last draft. There's still some hope that we could get a 2-1 out of it. Yeah, Crippling Fear does not do anything to changelings. We are aware of that. So I think I still need to attack with the worm because I'll at least get a shapeshifter out of the way. And if I don't, I'm just trading. It's just going to die. A blue source would have been mighty fine there too. I don't think I have the resources to get back in this game. Like, we could talk about it were it not for the sword. That's about the best value we're going to get. But it ain't great value. Man, that sword is just terrifying. They barely equipped it. But they didn't need to. It's that good. A powerful magical card. Yeah, we're going to need to draw incredibly well, starting with Swamp. Untapped Black Source is how it has to start. What's up, Timber? Yeah, Glittering Frost as a first step is not crazy either. Okay. I don't think that's incredibly relevant. It matters, because like they're going to connect for 12. Doesn't it gain vigilance? I don't understand. Don't understand. Why am I untapping with this? I guess because they want to get the lifelink this turn. That makes some sense. No, they want to make sure they get a lifelink hit with it. Because that does basically slam the door shut. Ironically, Swamp, we're still sort of playing. I think specifically Snow-Covered Swamp. Because getting that trade's kind of a big game. Because Snow-Covered Swamp, I can kill the troll and this. That is not what I needed, though. Whew. Oh. So we had 8 swamps, so there's 7 of those left. There's the bear and a glittering frost, as well as the 3/2 that lets you fetch a land. It skipped through blocks. I was going to chump block that, but whatever's going on with this button did not allow me to do that. That's that's kind of tilting, but I have been having this issue outside of Arena. Yes, it counts snowlands only. Because that's lethal and I can't see my next card, but like, maybe the mouse button has a short? I don't know. Man, that sucks. That was a tough one to lose. Alright, let's do a Stream Raiders update. Two-ish years? Perhaps less? We may have Thangarth. I need to get a 2-1 for us to have enough for another. There are no batteries in this mouse. I do not use mice with batteries. I'm a professional gamer. Like, I still think we're sort of in that game, but it had narrowed down to exactly snow-covered swamp. But I would have liked the opportunity to have a 1 outer instead of a 0 outer. Yeah, it's actually happening some as I'm just trying to resize stuff here. So I think there is an issue with the mouse. I may need to mouse drive or get a new one or something. That's just, oh, that was not when I needed that. That was really not when I needed that. Goose, thank you for the gift sub. Much appreciated. Y'all spam some cats for Goose. Thank you, my friend. Hey, Paladin's getting work done. Adam with the kills, Semulin with the assists, rewards for Gruul, Neff, Mishra, and Orcish artillery. See, it's doing it here too. That's the concern. Like, I'm trying to drag this out, but it's double clicking when I click on it. So it's definitively the mouse. So we're going to need to get that fixed. I can get a workaround, but anyone else get a fun message in the mastery tab? I don't think so. Unspent orbs from Zendikar Rising will be lost after Kaldheim is released. In 29 days. Okay. Make sure you to spend your Zendikar orbs, boys and girls. All right, let's see if we can get a 2-1. We get a 2-1, we've got enough for another draft. Where were you last game, you jerks? Very good quality. No reason not to play that out on blue. This probably puts us in a position to want to feed the Battlefield Raptor, but we'll see. If there's another Snowland on top, maybe not. I think this still triggers, though, because it leaves the battlefield. I forgot we had this in the deck. Yeah, I think I end up having to feed this, and if I'm going to feed it, we do it now. Because the next turn I can kind of ignore the 1/1 because I'll have a 4/2 flying blocker. Unless we just want to play the Draugr's Helm and take 2, that's kind of fine too, but we'll see what they play first. Feels weird to like get that, but the Piter can't block it. I'm kind of tempted to just go Draugr Helm into Lindworm and then see what we're doing. Like, this almost has to be an Iron Verdict now, right? I suppose it could also be a Kaya's Onslaught. Shoot, well, I guess that settles that. I thought that was my other land. And it wasn't, so I guess we're playing the Piter now, whether we want to or not. Yeah, okay, it was an Iron Verdict. We kind of suspected that. But that's okay, we got plenty of people that can wear the hat. I think updating a mouse driver is a good place to start for this. So I may take a break and try that, because then I'll know if I need to order a new one or not. The tables are beginning to turn. I approve. Man, this not Vold Recluse is doing the Lord's work right here. They're just dead, right? Like, we swing team here. I mean, that kind of settles it. We don't have to do anything else. Oop. All right, we may be able to draft again. So cheap flyers and some augmentation is what we're dealing with here. And I don't have a wonderful way to deal with that. We got pretty fortunate to hit. Like, obviously Crippling Fear would be quite good. I suppose I have ways to, like, poke at that. And Way Down is looking a little more interesting as well. I think I like the swap of Glade Warden for Way Down as a start. Hey, Scoop, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Scoop. Thank you, my friend. This is probably what we got. Let's give it a go. The Lord has nothing to do with this sort of beating. Your help is coming from elsewhere.
Jalokivi-tulostin menee prrrr.
Thank you very much for the bits, J. Marty. I need more cat spam, boys and girls. Y'all, spam some cats. You know how to do this. For the glory of Satan, of course. Come on, y'all. Where the cat's at? They don't have to be my cats. You can do a cool cat. We require cats. I very much appreciate the support, Scoop and Marty. Spa cats? I can respect spa cats. There you go. So if they've got an iron verdict... Chris, thank you for the
resub.
resub.
Button that notifies this streamer of my continued support of 43 months. Please click the Sem Chair emoticons in chat to show support.
Yes, we must spam sim chairs. Thank you very much, Chris. Cats if you don't have chairs. I'm a little nervous to attack with this into an iron verdict. But I suppose if I've got the recruiter coming up, it's not entirely the end of the world. But I'm not sure what that is if it isn't an iron verdict. Hey, Sid, thank you for the gift sub. Looks like we got us a little hype train going. Thanks, y'all.
Jalokivi tulostin menee prrrr.
Thank you for the bits, Techno Shaman. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Nicholas, thank you for the gift sub. Well, it looks like if I don't disdainful stroke that, or feed this to a serpent, I'm never going to get to. Which is awkward, but I don't need to kill it. They still going. Thank you, Miklas. Game Mechanic, thank you for the gift sub, bud. I appreciate that. Hype train, indeed. Thank you, my friend. That was a resub, 32 months. That's a big deal, man. Has it really been that long? I'm going to have to get that out of their hand eventually, but I don't think that card matters that much. It does seem crazy. I might do it here, because if they don't interact with it, at least I can start doing sort of things with this. Like, I feel like it's the flyers that matter in this matchup. Yeah, you can go ahead and use it here if you want to. We're kind of just sitting for a while. And small flyers I can cripple with fear.
Jalokivi tulostin
Nicholas,
menee
thank you for the bits,
prrrr.
man. Large flyers I can just, I guess, die to. I guess I could trade both of these for it and then have the Avalanche Caller on blocking duty. That does kind of seem to be the world we're living in. I could do this in Fear, but the Fear might do something else. Like, we know they've got some little flyers. But I am not feeling particularly comfortable right now. I wonder why this is a rogue, not a druid. Those of you watching this draft on YouTube have the Game Mechanic to thank for the YouTube channel's existence. Thank you again, Michael, for encouraging me to do that. I think it's been quite good. Yeah, it seems weird. I guess maybe they're trying to, like, solidify the party creature types. It's like a weird attack if they don't have something. Train hype. So I would want to block that again with 2 of these, which I can do. Presumably they're going to put the sword on the Valkyrie, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that right now. Thank you all for the hype train. Huzzah. Yeah, if you speak to me in terms of value, that is something I can understand. This is about the start we would need. I have a small path out of this. It is very small indeed. I can kind of do it pull it off one more turn while we're here. Look for a little more value. That sucks. All right, you got it. You think they're the kind of monster that plays 3 disdainful strokes? Because I really hope not. They got a bounce spell, I guess? Okay. They're tempoing themselves. I wonder if they've got another run ashore. Because this doesn't kill any, like, this functionally counters it. Oh, okay. Like, this isn't killing any of my stuff. That was already bound. Like, I wonder what else they've got to get with this is my concern now. Yeah, they clearly have something. They're technically down a card from the exchange, but they are keeping both of their creatures, which is probably what they were more concerned about. Okay, they do indeed have 3 disdainful strokes. I need 6 power to block that. That leaves me without an actual attack here because the flyer has to go. Next turn I can potentially attack with it and have the faceless Herpaderp to block. But if I don't kill that now, I'm not killing it. What a life gain they have, isn't it? But wait, there's more. It's a start, isn't it? It's still not quite big enough to get through, is me challenge. Like, I could move it onto Linda and swing. But I think we gotta sit for another turn. I gotta get something going in a minute. I guess I could move it to Linda and then move it back to a 2-2. End of turn. And we've got enough ground blockers, but I gotta start trying to grind through this junk. They like what they see. It's likely to be bad news bears for us. This might be okay, though, if they don't have that 4/6 blocker. So I just need a 3-power dude to be able to answer those on the crackback, so I feel like this is an okay time to get an attack in. I'm scared to death as to what they have on the top. But I feel like these two are pretty safe attacks. I'm a little nervous that they're going to have a big flyer on top. I'm currently not really set up to race, I don't know, 4-power flyer. A 2-power flyer I could interact with. Because that's going to take 3 hits to kill me. Ugh. Game over, man! We're very nearly hitting game over, man situations. This helps a little bit. I can get some life gain. This is 3 to equip, right? No, 4. Okay. I can't equip it this turn, but I can equip it next turn. And like, they are at 11 cards. A mill victory is unlikely, but possible. If it gave the creature flying, it might be too good. Because you're playing it mostly for the token, eh? I might should have attacked with a 3/3 as well. But I'm so short on life. Okay, Epiphany down, that's a start. No reason for me to hold lands. We hit our bear in 2 lands, their Epiphany in 2 lands. So they're gonna get back the Epiphany. Okay. I don't think we're racing this. But we're about to find out. They want to trade. Let's trade. We jam all. Don't they block this and chump that and take 7, gain 4 and get to keep this? What would be the reason for jamming all? I'm not entirely sure if I'm just dead to the Epiphany or not. I think I might be. It's going to functionally do 4 damage? Okay, that's not entirely dead. This is not good. Let me tell you. Oh no, I was thinking too. Like I was wondering if there was something I missed, because there easily could have been. That was a very good way to ask that question. I was just kind of turning it around using the Socratic method. What would be the reason to swing all? I think that Epiphany's gonna get me here. Yeah, if it was just the Epiphany, we might have had something. It's like, I block it now or block it next turn, but block it I shall. It's a chump. Tis a sad, sad chomp. But I think we're about out of relevant cards to draw. We've still got a struggle for Skimfar in the deck, which could start to do something. Because I've got enough to move this, and that would give us a 5-power ground creature and a 3/3 ground creature. We're at a precariously low life total. And it's really the equipment that's the problem, not the actual creature. I should probably fire that at me. Well, okay. I was gonna say, I can't imagine they're going to want to mill any of their other stuff. It's still incredibly unlikely that this works, but it's the out I have. Because I still need to draw a way to interact with one of the flyers at instant speed for 2 mana. And I don't think I have that left. It's just equipping the sword kills me here. We did get him down to 25 though, which is pretty good. And in the end, the Draugr got his hat back. So it was really a story about a zombie man and his hat. I don't have anything that can interact with equipment. Like, that's a real weakness of this deck. It's got some bombs. It looks pretty good. But if they get that Rune of Sustenance on their Angel Sword, it's probably going to kill me. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I suppose if we're expecting the games to go longer, all of a sudden the Glade Warden is appealing. But I think I still like the Dread Rider. Well, the Dread Rider's getting a little bit worse. This can turn anything into a Dread Rider, sort of. I'd like to try to cut some of the expensive stuff. But I really can't. Because they're playing 3 Disdainful Strokes. Like, that's kind of absurd. Maybe Dogged Pursuit is my jam then. I think it might be. Revenge? I'm not familiar with that card. Oh, King Harold's Revenge. Not with the amount of life gain that they have. They were at 30 life at some point in that game. Like, that's not going to work. It's a good idea, Mac. But their deck is just chock full of life gain. Yeah, okay. We got to land, and we get to use all our mana. This is good news. We kind of need runner lands, but I'll take it. There's some possibility they're holding up Disdainful Stroke already. But I may be able to sneak in this Spirit when they're not. If they cast something here. Like that. This would be a good spot to sneak in the Spirit and maybe just go ahead and boop that. How do I emphasize Dread Rider? Boop. Dread Rider. We can get us a Donger's Helm going here, which seems pretty good. After connecting for 6, I like this line. I would suggest you check out Robot. Was that it? Because that was fun. Dude, give it a Google. No, Probot. I believe that was the name of it. Let me confirm. Yeah. You want this. The album. Not the bot for Discord. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable blurping this. So I think I'm gonna. Robot is an album that Dave Grohl produced that is pretty amazing. And I think played nearly everything on except for vocals. Yeah, Probot. The best song on there is The Warlock. By a lot. I would love to play that on stream, but even when I could play music on stream, we could not play that song on stream. But it was really, really good. I think we're going to lose Atomaniac for a while as he goes and listens to that album. Because it was pretty amazing. Assuming you're a Dave Grohl fan. It was everything I needed. We can't really do anything here. Because if I kill any of this stuff, it's just coming back. Right now we've got a Nico Defies Destiny that's about to pop for no value. That's probably the best upside we're going to get. That one had Red War on it too, didn't it? With Max Cavalera. It was so good. Oh, and the Dream song with King Diamond? Oh, I know what I'm listening to on our next World of Warcraft raid. There's a lot of songs I liked on that. Wasn't it equipped bear, kill cat, attack all? I don't think so, because the cat comes back. I may have missed it because I was thinking about Probot things. But now I'm thinking about equip bear, attack Valkyrie sword, something something prophet. They might have been. But what happens if we swing team here? They got to double block this. They block this. They take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so they still are. And we got to play around Nico Defies Destiny. Why would you not do that? Oop. We probably could have won a turn earlier, but like, we got a chance to talk about Dave Grohl. All right, YouTubers, looks like we've got another one. We've got one more draft in us. This is good news. That was not our last draft ever. If you would like to watch me playing some kind of Magic live, you can do so at twitch.tv/Semulin. Put www in front of that. And hope to see you there. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube. And we will do our Stream Raiders battle.